Right. Hey, how you doing? This is Eric from AHA, Americans Help Americans and AMP Live. Hope you're doing well. Today's Friday highlights. Welcome to the AMP Live Real Estate Show. I'll be your host for the AMP Live Real Estate Show. My name is Eric from AHA, Americans Helping Americans and AMP Live, the American Mentee program. 2 p.m. We're going to be going live again. So that's what this is for. Just going to talk a little bit about 30 days to getting a deal, how we're going to help you get a deal within 30 days, where are the deals at, how do you get those deals, what are you going to do when you underwrite them, going from a lead to appointment to an offer to a deal to a COE, close of escrow. That is obviously the ultimate goal, right, is to get a deal. So if you're spinning your wheels and you've been spinning your wheels, then scan that QR code. Make sure you lock in your spot there with myself, and we'll chit-chat and talk. I believe there's another one just to register. If you haven't registered, definitely register for 2 p.m. We're going to talk about adjust, adapt, or perish. That's the theme. I'm going to say adjust, adapt, and rock and roll. Let's rock and roll together. That's what we're doing. We have some special things that are going on. I know last night I was out in the field, did a live. It was a 24-hour. That 24-hour offer and proposal was still alive and going. So definitely take advantage of that while you can. And that was like 6 months of one-on-one mentoring with an extra 3 months of coaching. So take advantage of it. Whatever the price was or whatever the hard costs were, you can't beat it. Okay, so we'll be doing these promos during springtime, and summertime we'll be locking that back up and making it more. It is still a selection process. At the same token, right now it's open to the market across the United States of America. I would take advantage of that promo. If you got a link, or if you got an email, or if you got a text from us, take advantage of it while you can, because it's never ever going to happen again. I promise you that, right? But that's what we're here to do. I'm probably thinking while you're watching this video or you see this video, definitely like and love it. It's in regards to creative real estate investing, okay? It's the American Mentee program. AHA is our real estate investment firm. Americans helping Americans, one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. So hope you're doing well out there. My name's Eric Jimenez, as you can see. Yes, I'm a patriotic man, a patriot. I'm a God-loving man, a God-fearing man as well. I'm not a holy roller, but I do believe in God. I believe in Made in America. And I'm glad that we're going in that direction for Made in America. Have no qualms about it. It is what it is. Had some cool conversations. I won't name any names because that's not cool, right? I'm not into that. It's kind of like when people bitch and cry about, oh, stop texting me. Who cares? If you signed up for something, great, opt out. Or if you're getting a text, don't bitch and whine about it. I know I don't. Just not enough. Why? There's wasted energy. You're going to get emails. It's spam. So what? You're going to get mail that comes to your door. It's from the local neighborhood. So what? Right? I get it. People are going to have a bad day. They're going to wake up in a different mood every single day when they're having a bad day and it's hard to think. And I had a conversation with a young man going, man, my brain, I don't know. Usually I'm like super clear about stuff, and it's just been really cloudy. I go, look, conspiracy theorists, whatever the hell you want to call it, right? But everything's about frequency and vibration, right? And that's the goal, right? How do you control the masses? Keep the vibration low, right? Keep the vibration low. Keep people, panicking, tripping out, and, not doing their research and all that woke stuff and all the bullshit across the United States of America was happening for, about 3 or 4 years, about 4 years, right? More than that, right? About 4+ years. Here we are now. Why am I here and why am I chatting about this, right? Because at 2 p.m., we're going to talk about that. I'm going to show you how to get a deal within the next 30 days, all right? But there are, say strings attached. Is it free? No, nothing's free. We're in a capitalist country, right? A capitalist world to a degree, so nothing is free to a degree, right? If I paid for it, somebody has to pay for it. As I always say, free is shit and shit is free, but someone had to pay for that. I had some awesome calls today too, like I mentioned yesterday, right? Some people that, hey, I can always use a mentor. All of us can always use mentors and coaches to take us to a new level in our lives, right? And, books that you read and study, they're not to replace the Bible, but they're there for you, and if you don't read the Bible, hey, whatever works for you, but sooner or later, I'm going to probably say it, when you're at your deathbed, you're not going to pray to anything else but God and say, God, please help me, or God, if you see some crazy stuff when you're about to die and pass away, the Hail Marys come down, right? I guarantee it. Just from people, from what I hear, and people, even my father-in-law, when he was getting ready to pass, God rest his soul, right? Saw some crazy stuff. Didn't believe in God until he did believe in God, right? So It is what it is. Call it a myth, call it whatever you want, but God is solid. God is everywhere. God is in everything and every living thing. God doesn't make junk either. So that's my 2 cents on that. Whether you want to hear it or not, that's cool. Like, this is for entertainment purposes. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a holy roller. That's funny, right? At the end of the day, I'm not a financial analyst, a bookkeeper, or even a CPA. It's for entertainment purposes. If you like the data, if you like the information that I'm sharing with you, right? A lot of this is uncut. It's always live and uncut. That's the way I like it. It's unscripted. I have an idea of what we're going to do. Then we get into it, okay? So scan that QR code. Let's chit chat. Let's talk. It's AHA, Americans Helping Americans. And our goal and passion and cause and mission is to help our fellow Americans across the United States of America, one America at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. Let me blow this up a little bit so you can actually see my face and my eyes, because that's super powerful, right, when you're dealing with stuff like this. And yes, we're recruiting. We're looking for good people, acquisitions, dispo, high-ticket sales. You got deals, send them down the wire, because we are in the business, right? We're in the business of creative real estate investing, buy, sell, fix, and flip. And we also mentor and coach others in the industry, or in that, I should say, that segment of private real estate and real estate investing, whether you're an agent, a broker, a mom, a dad, an uncle, a granny, a grandpa, it doesn't matter, a mom, a sister, it could be a business owner. Maybe you're just getting started in wholesaling, or maybe you're thinking about it, or maybe you're in it and you're just like, man, you got beat up in the industry a little bit. Like, man, I got to figure something out. I need someone, like the conversations we've been having with a few people and throughout this week and this past week, in regards to, man, you're exactly what we need. This is what I need, right? So it is what it is, right? You're either going to see the forest through the trees and you're going to move forward quickly. I get it. I had an awesome call today about, doing the same thing. Going to jump on it. Got to do what you got to do. You got to move forward, and you got to take risks, right? That's what life is about. It's also about making money. I know when you make money, you got to move quickly, but you also got to move steadily, and you got to be solid, and then make your decisions after you've already made the decision to move forward. I challenge you, hey, make that decision, scan that QR code. It's absolutely free just to chat and talk, but there's also going to be something at 2 p.m. That's what we're just gearing up towards, 2 p.m. We're going to talk about the American Mentee program. We're going to talk about creative real estate investing, and we're going to talk about this. I'll bring the slide up real quick, and it basically says 30 days to success, creative real estate investing made easy, period. How do you make that easy? Well, because we know what we know, and you don't know what you don't know. But if you do, that's okay. Just move a little faster. And if you got some money, you're going to move a little faster. If you got a business set up, an LLC, and even if you don't, it's okay. We'll still move quick. We'll move as fast or as slow as you want to go. But that's my challenge to you, right? And I hate even using the word challenge because it's overdone. We've been doing challenges forever. But the bottom line is 30 days to success, creative real estate investing made easy. That is the jam, right? That is the beautiful thing. That is your superpower, my superpower that I'm going to share with you, so you can have a superpower to help you and your family and all that good stuff, to go out and find these deals, work these deals, and work them with minimal to little to no money, or OPM, other people's money. OPR, other people's resources, right? OPE, other people's efforts. And that's business, right? That's what we're going to do together. Scan that QR code. I believe that is the QR code for the coaching one-on-one, mentoring 6 weeks for 3 months of bonus coaching. You can scan that QR code right now and lock your spot in. And that's good for, I'm not sure if it's today, but yesterday we had that promo. It was good for 24 hours. That one, I'm not sure what's there. I'd have to break out the phone and scan it. I just know that it's the Founders Program. It's 6 months. Usually it's just coaching, right? You get coaching calls once a week and this and that. Like, no, this right here for spring, I like to call it spring awesomeness, right? Because that's what we're getting into. And then we're going to gear up to go into summer and rock and roll these deals that are out there and help our fellow Americans with creative real estate investing deals, sub-2, probates, it doesn't matter, tired landlords, empty nesters, every type of lead that's out there. But I'm going to direct you first and foremost. We're going to get together and see what's going to be hot for you in your market and what you need to do so you can dominate your market. And then we're going to be there to help you execute, right? It's not going to be like, hey, go do that and let me know how it went. No, this is going to be one-on-one. This for this and this only for this promo. And I believe it's today until Sunday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Also got some special stuff here in Southern California that I'm going to share with you at 2 p.m. And if you want to break bread and chit chat and talk and get out into the field and rock some deals, then hey, for a good fit, we'll invite you out. Fair enough? If that's okay? Okay, with your permission, of course, right? With your permission, I'd like to share what we're going to do here. I'm not going to take too much of your time because we got a 2 p.m. live, gearing up for that, and going to get suited up for that and share those things. And we're going to share 30 Days to Success, Creative Real Estate Investing Made Easy. I'm also going to share with you on how to find those deals and what this program is all about, how you can get into real estate super, super quick. Even if you've been beat up in the industry and you spent 500, 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, it's still 7, 8, 9, 10 months of spinning those wheels. With this, I'm going to share, it's going to shave off about 1 to 2 years of spinning those wheels, right? We're going to get up and running very quickly, but we're not going to move forward unless you understand the concept and the methods behind it. Otherwise, it's not going to serve you. It's not going to help you out. We're all going to get frustrated and you're not going to execute and things aren't going to happen. So it's an awesome, awesome, awesome thing. We're here for you. If with your permission, at 2 p.m., we'd like to share that with you if that's okay. And but scan that QR code and lock in your spot. And I believe that's the sign up page. I'm not sure, but if it isn't, let me find out. Let me see what we got here for Friday highlights. And yes, we are hiring as well. Acquisitions, dispo, high ticket sales. You can scan that QR code since we're on it. Then book some time with myself and our team. See for a good fit. Hey, we'll give you a proposal and we'll rock the road together. Okay. So that is open. There are things you got to do. I'm not going to get into it too deep. We had some other people who want to come aboard and do certain things, and it is what it is. We got to make sure we're going to be able to make it reciprocal. Make sure that we're going to be able to work together in a capacity where we can trust each other and things of that nature, because it is real estate after all, right? So beautiful, lovely thing. And you don't have to be in Southern California for that. You can be anywhere in the United States of America, have a little bit of a track record, and that'd be awesome. Okay. So let me move forward on this next one here. And then I'm going to wrap this up because it's 12:40 right now, Pacific Standard Time. Now, this is for the one-on-one mentoring program. Get deals done with the American Mentee program, Creative Real Estate Investing, one-on-one mentoring. Okay, that is totally different. I didn't want to bring this up, but it's there. If you want to know more about that program, you can scan that QR code and check it out. But let's get back to what we're here for, and that's going to be this here. Okay, so that should be the one to sign up on right there, right? But scan that QR code at 2 p.m. It's going to be all about 30 Days to Success, Creative Real Estate Investing Made Easy. And then we're going to get into Adjust, Adapt, or Perish. I say rock and roll instead, right? And we're going to talk about what's going on in the market, talk about some creative real estate investing. I'm going to drop a proposal on the table. If it works for you, I'd say take advantage of it, because I wish I had that when I got started. It's going to save you 2 to 3 years of spinning your wheels by coming aboard and working with us. Like I said, we'll get into that with your permission at 2 p.m. So I will be back. And we'll chit chat about that. Definitely, if you have any questions, I'm going to put, I believe it's my 30 day. I think it's up here, right there. You can go ahead, not even 30 day. You can scan that QR code right there and book some time, book a breakout call with myself, my team. We'll chit chat, see how we can help you out, point you in the right direction, or come aboard, work with us, and we'll work with you to help you get you to where you want to get to in your career or business and real estate. I know that some people we've been talking to, some are like kind of good to go. Somehow still getting started. They're still doing the YouTube stuff and maybe the TikTok stuff. It's okay. We'll work with you, right? It'd be more of a coaching type program just to get you up and running. And some others have been kind of beat up in industry a little bit, spent some money, went through some programs, still having maybe a difficult time trying to either wholesale or build their system up so they can have leads, because without leads, what's going to happen. You need leads to do deals, right? Otherwise, you're just kind of like a boat. It's dead in the water with no engine, no gas, no fuel. Maybe pop up some sales if you can, and go in that direction that you need to get to land and go from there. So I see a lot of that happening. We get a lot of calls like that. If you have anything in Southern California, definitely send it out our way. We're definitely looking to Southern California, Texas, Florida, Montana, Ohio, and Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, and Missouri, right? Missouri. Maybe we'll continue with that. I know there's people out there, so we're building relationships with some people, buyers, investors, sellers, all that good stuff. I'm not going to get into it too much on that, but we'll leave that alone for later on. So if you're out there, definitely reach out and we'll touch bases with you. and see if we can help you get rocking and rolling out there or bring some deals to the table for us. Okay. Without further ado, I'm going to wrap this up a little bit. Obviously, I'm Eric Jimenez of the Amp Live Real Estate, or I should say Amp Live Real Estate Show, here for Friday highlights. So at 2 p.m. I'm going to be back, and then probably going to be out in the field at 6 p.m. And watch it all the way through. Like and love. You can hashtag #GetEricPaulLive, #GetEricPaulLive, and watch those videos and get some training videos, right? But this is the thing, if you've ever wanted to get into real estate and you're like, you know what, I just don't know where to start, then watch the videos. I get it. I'm not a video person. I said that last night. I go, man, I don't know if I can watch videos, but I'm not gonna lie, right? So I can't be a hypocrite. I bought the Carlton Sheets course for 19 bucks. But that time I already put in probably about 16 months of studying and then building out my platform and building out my websites, building out my brand, picking what contracts I want to use, how do I want my business to be perceived in the general public, how do I want my brand to look, am I going to use a national 800 number, a regular number, what type of logos, how's my website, how are they going to look, and how am I going to build them when you don't know how to build that stuff. A lot easier now because you can plug and play a lot of stuff, but it still takes time, right? You got to figure out the workflows, you got to figure out the text messages and the RVMs, ringless voice messages, and then the emails. And, all that stuff is part of the business. Now you got AI, artificial intelligence, and plugging that in. And, there's a lot to it, but don't worry about all that. Right now, it's going to be all about you, working on you. Because once you learn sales or the art of the deal, or I like to call it the Amp Live method, right? You're going to be more powerful than the average agent, the average wholesaler, and even investor that's been in this 2, 3, 4, 5 years, or even 10 years. I guarantee it, right? Simply because of what we're going to share with you. Okay, the superpower is being able to negotiate with sellers, buyers, investors, right? And working deals. The other part, if you take it all away, then what do you got to do? Who's going to win at the end of the day? The one who's able to negotiate and rock deals, not the one with when the AI goes away, or if it ever does. Not saying it's going to, right? But things get regulated, just like calling gets regulated. Oh, you can't do robo shit. You always got to adjust and adapt. Thanks to all the government bullshit. And then the big corporations crying and whining about shit and getting stuff passed through legislation, and all the lobbyists and all that bullshit that they do because they got big pocketbooks just to rip off the fellow Americans, right? So I'm an advocate for that. Used to be an advocate for the banks. You say, hey, it's a bank, and you sign the documents. Fuck all that, right? Excuse my French, right? Be an advocate for the people. Be an advocate for our fellow Americans, right? Be an advocate if you are here in the United States of America. We all got moms and dads and all that good stuff. And maybe some people who just forget about that stuff, right? Get back to the heart, get back to the gut, get back to building America, get back to made in America, get back to customer service. Some people go, we're never going to get back to that, right? It's never going to happen again. Well, I beg to differ, right? Miracles can happen, and it doesn't have to be a miracle. It's just all the human beings and everybody getting together to say, look, getting on the same page and understanding what needs to happen for our families, because after all, that's what it's all about, right? So with that said, scan that QR code. Let's book some time. Let's rock and roll. I'm going to put this up here. I'm going to share, and if you see this for the first time or not, definitely watch it all the way through here and there. A lot of times I'll drop some awesome information that you can use out in the field, but then you might get stuck. If you get stuck, join one of our groups or do a DM, direct message to myself, and somebody will get in touch with me. Sometimes it might be me. And if you have my telephone number, great. Did have a conversation with someone goes, hey, why does your number come up like this and that, whatever? I'm not gonna lie, it comes up private. I didn't set it like that. I fixed it, set it, fixed it, fed it. But that, it kind of works. I don't get any spam. I don't get any weirdo wankies and wankers out there that are, gonna try to get in touch with me. The bottom line is, look, you got time to take every single call. There's tons of spam calls out there too. And I'm not going to, I don't give out my cell phone. Well, you shouldn't give out your cell phone. That should be reserved to you and your family. And then you got a business line, whether it's a private line or a regular line, doesn't matter. The bottom line, if you're connected with somebody that's willing to help you, then shut the fuck up, right? At the end of the day, be happy that they're even chatting with you, right? That's me. I wouldn't care. Somebody's like, I've talked to several people that are, up there making $50 million, $100 million $100 million companies, right? And at the end of the day, whatever they say, whatever they do, I'm taking their advice, right? I'm not going to question it. Why are you calling me from a private number? fucking who the fuck are you, right? Excuse my French, but it's funny. Maybe it just irritates me a little bit, right? At the end of the day, people come from some weird spots, but then they wonder why they're stuck in the JOB for the rest of their life and they're going to die like that, right? And always say, I wish I could have, I would have, could have, wish. Man, fucking go for it. You only live once. You only live once in this world. You don't got the balls or you don't got the titties or vagina or whatever the hell you want to call it to do what you need to do. Then, hey, you're just going to live in misery for the rest of your life. At the end of the day, you could probably, yeah, crash and burn, crash and burn, crash and burn. And that's why there's a theme that says never give up, right? Never, ever give up. I mean, I used to tell my children that a long time ago when they're growing up, right? A quitter never wins and a winner never quits, right? A quitter never wins and a winner never quits, period. So as long as you never quit, you're always a winner in my eyes or in the world. And people love the underdogs when they come back and they do what they need to do and work their ass off. That's why there's only a small amount. That's why there's 97% of America and 1 to 3% are the ones that control the rest of America or the world. Don't you want to be? I know I do. Don't we all do? We all want it. Not everybody wants that, right? They're like, nah, just give me a job. Tell me what to do. I show up. I ride on the fence. I go in there and just do enough to keep my job. And that's okay for people, right? They're going to rinse and repeat what they've done for generations and generations. And if that works for them, then great. They're not going to rise to greatness. They're not going to rise to anything. They're not going to build a legacy. I know that's probably not you. If you're watching this and you're still watching this, it's because you do want to build a legacy. It's because you want to get out there and do something for yourself and for your family and all that good stuff, right? No matter what the consequences are. I can tell you that right now, right? There's not a lot of people willing to take that risk. Or they'll take it and they'll crash and burn, give up, crash and burn one time. That's it. They may not do it a second time or a third time. It doesn't matter, right? Keep on going and keep on moving forward. What's in your gut, God tells you to do, and yourself. And, you know, a lot of the great thing about, I guess, what I've learned over several weeks is proximity, I guess, with people that are actually rocking and rolling and doing stuff and staying positive. And it's contagious, right? I know I've been talking to people. They go, oh, my man, hey, can you mentor me? Can you be my mentor? Can you be my mentor? Or, you know, hey, I like talking with you, man. Every time I talk to you, man, I'm like fired up. And then they disappear and then they get all fizzled out and then they got to do another chat and they're all fired up. But that doesn't work, right? It's kind of like lighting a firework and it blows up and then it putters out. You got to light another one, right? So it's like kind of lighting fireworks in your ass, 24 hours a day, right? That's what this is about. So if you want to get a deal in the next 30 days, I challenge you. I say, let's rock and roll together. What do you have to lose? Absolutely nothing. Scan the QR code. Let's talk. Let's chat. We do have the Founders Program that we did have one last night that I put down there on a promo. If it's in the video and you see it, and you want to challenge me on it or say, hey, look, this is what you said. I want this. No problem. We'll honor it. Today we got the Founders Program. That's going to be for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only. 2 p.m. I'm going to be back. I'll have something cool and special for us as well. And we meet with a couple of people. And if you want to meet with us in an undisclosed location, after we chit chat and talk, if it's a good fit, boom, let's do it together. And it'll be awesome. It's going to be about hunting deals and going after deals and learning very quickly. And it's not going to cost you a dime, right? You're going to break some bread, have some coffee and some some water, or whatever it is, and maybe lunch. Shit, we're not paying for lunch, but if you want to buy lunch, go for it, right? I'm just kidding. I always say, look, I don't like to meet with people, and I've adopted that over. There's another, I guess, millionaire, billionaire guy that says the same thing, right? I don't go to meetings because they turn out to be a waste of time, unless I'm going to pick up a check or write a check, and that's my philosophy. It's the same thing, even on the phone, right? I'm gonna try to do everything via calendar. I get it. I don't like those links either. Hey, book a time, book a this. I don't do that very much. It's very rare that I do. But at the same token, text, right? I'll check my phone 3 times a day. I check the email 3 times a day. I'm not a big email person either, but the text and our platform where we train and mentor all day long because it's right there in front of me, right? And I will always get in touch with you within 24 hours, no matter what. 9 times out of 10, it's the same day. Our policy is the same day for us. It's not written in stone, but that's what I feel we should be doing for you, because I would want you, if you're doing that for me, to get in touch with me the same day, to give me the attention that I need, right? That's our goal, is to give you the attention that you need. No MLM stuff. Oh, let me call you back, or turn on the bell, ding, 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 ding. And it's like, hey, our time's up, right? No, we're going to work with you until we accomplish what we need to accomplish, right? We're going to be there. I guarantee you. If you don't show up to the party, then shame on you. But that's not going to be the case, hopefully, right? I don't know. I can tell you the statistics, but I'm not going to get into that right now. So rock and roll and all what you do. I'm going to pull this up real quick. Boink. And right there, you scan that QR code, lock in your spot, 30 days to success, creative real estate investing made easy. We'll see you at 2 p.m. Be there bright and on time. Heck, even if I'm not, I'm just kidding. I might be fashionably late. Just kidding. We'll be there. Rock and roll and all what you do. If I don't see you, then definitely, reach out. And we'll talk about Saturday as well. We're going to be doing some awesome stuff. So we got some Friday highlights. I'll be out in the undisclosed location as well, so I'll catch you a little bit later. We'll be there for 2 p.m. for sure, okay? And then Saturday for some Saturday training, then out in the field, did some Sunday rants and raves, and then back for Mindset Money Monday. If you come aboard for the Founders Program, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, lock in your spot. Once we're good to go, it takes about 24 to 72 hours to onboard you. We'll get rocking and rolling, right? The following Monday, get you up and rocking and rolling because it takes about 24 to 72 hours to get you going. We got to do a few things to get everything up and running, and then boom, we're rock and rolling in the direction that we need to after we get some information from you and things of that nature, right? But let's rock and roll some deals together. Send over what you have. Don't be chicken little, right? And just say, hey, go for it, man. I mean, I'm like that too, right? I don't want to bug people. I don't want to take up people's time. Go take a picture with that person or that person, like maybe Cardone and people like that. I probably should, right? Obviously, but, I don't know. Everybody's a little bit different. So maybe you're the same way. Reach out. Chit chat. Let's talk. Not a big deal. Okay. Let's see if we can help you out. Anyways, have an awesome day. Hope your Friday is awesome. If you're stuck at work, then hey, God bless you. The goal is to get out of the JOB and into doing something yourself, or maybe subsidizing all the money that you're making at your JOB in your career. You want to put it in real estate because you want to retire and live like a king or queen. Then awesome. Let's talk. Let's chat. Let's rock. Without further ado, rock and roll and all what you do. This is Eric from AHA. Americans helping Americans, one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America and AMP Live. The American Mentee Program, the only program of its kind where we mentor you one-on-one, true one-on-one on the planet, powered by AMP Live Media, a media broadcasting and marketing company that powers us and our mentees across the United States of America, sponsored by VIP Execs Realty and Lending. Step into excellence. Our resources will be your resources. What do you got to lose? Rock and roll. Talk to you soon.